Hey guys, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today we're going over my top 3 and bottom 3 comics of April 7th, 2022. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks again for joining me, everybody. Before I jump in and get too far into this, I want to take a moment to have you all see this picture here. This is the new logo of the YouTube page, and I want to say a special thank you to Dead Punk Gage. He's the one that created that for me. I put a tweet out there to see if anybody was interested in doing that artwork. I had lots of responses, more than I expected, but he popped one up in no time, asked me a bunch of questions, and really hit what I wanted to have. Also want to take a moment to say thank you to all these people that you see here. All these people are supporting me on Patreon and or Subscribestar, and without their support this would not be possible. Matter of fact, I just realized I need to add another name to that for another supporter, so I better get that done. Without them, once again, these videos wouldn't be possible. Also, just so you know, if you haven't been aware, the Patreon supporters do get special Patreon only videos, as well as access to links of music. So if you make videos or you just want the music for yourself, you can use this music for your videos, royalty free. You don't have to worry about it, or just have it to listen to. That's one of the benefits of being a member of the channel. So let's get into the top 3 and bottom 3 comics. Alright, as we jump into the comics, I want to first start with the top 3 comics to read for the week. And if you hear paper shuffling, that's because these are my notes. And the number 3 one I went with is none other than Suicide Squad issue number 14. I thought the art was good, and it has the usual Suicide mess. And by that I mean that things don't go as planned. And that's what I think makes this series fun, and I really enjoyed this issue. This issue, I don't know, for some reason it kept me entertained, and I like the cast. I gave this book an 8.2 shields out of 10. The next issue on the list was number 2 for the top 3 was Moon Knight, and it is issue number 10. I thought the story was good. It has the brutality of Moon Knight that I enjoy. The art is not necessarily my favorite art style, but for some reason for this series it just works. And I will say, I think the ink and coloring is really where this shines, as well as the story. It's an interesting story. I don't think you can go wrong. I gave this issue an 8.3 shields out of 10. And then the number 1. Wow, this one really surprised me. As a matter of fact, this whole mini-series surprised me, and this is Devil's Reign, issue number 6 of 6, the conclusion. I originally thought that this was going to be just a cash grab pile of crap, but you know what? I was really pleasantly surprised. The writing of it has been good. The art in it was good. The story was, as I said, better than expected. And I really like how they showed Daredevil's impact on Elektra and how she's grown as a character. I really enjoyed that. But another little thing, if you pay attention, it's sort of could it be? It looks like it's setting up a Daredevil with the team of the Fist, with Elektra, which is also Daredevil, I guess, possibly fighting Punisher in the Hand. I mean, come on, how cool is that? As well as a little segue and tidbit that we're probably going to be seeing a new Thunderbolts. And I'm a Thunderbolts fan. I read all the Thunderbolts, so I'm interested to see, especially if maybe we can have the U.S. agent leading that up, and maybe some more on the Redemption. Though I do wish they'd draw him a little bit bigger and buffer and tougher, because he was supposed to be really big and strong. Well, anyway, Devil's Reign, number 6, 9 out of 10 shields. I don't really think you can go wrong. All right, now we're going to go to the bottom. Now, I will say, there's some pretty bad ones here, but the first one on my bottom list, actually, I did not think was bad. I read 10 different comic books, just so you know. Just so before I get into the bottom, the quick 10 were Captain Marvel Annual 1, Devil's Reign, number 6 of 6, Deadpool, Bad Blood, number 1, Moon Knight, number 10, She-Hulk, number 3, Spider-Punk, number 1, The Thing, number 6, which that was a miniseries as well, and Batman 122, Suicide Squad 14, and Batman Beyond Neo Year number 1. So, with that said, they were overall pretty strong week, but the number 3 on the bottom list, I still don't think was actually a bad issue, and that was She-Hulk number 3. The art is okay, but not that great, and for a character like She-Hulk, they could really cheesecake this and make it phenomenal. Remember the Byrne run? And that's another thing too. This series reminds me of the Byrne run. I think the humor and the direction is better than the Slott run. But it still has that great element of humor. I just wish it had the artwork to back it up. Another little cool thing too is we get to see Andy again, so that's nice. And the story is just charming. There's something about this story that's just, I don't know. This wasn't an action issue in any way, but the story was charming, and we're getting to learn more of the Jack of Hearts, and I think that's a interesting exploration into the character and maybe giving him more development. So once again, at the bottom 3, the bottom starts with She-Hulk. Now the next one up on the crap list is oh, by the way, She-Hulk number 3, I gave a 7 out of 10. So see, still not bad. The next one on the crap list, number 2 on the crap list, was The Thing number 2, and this is a mini series. Number 6, Thing number 6, and the art just was not good throughout this whole mini series. And you know what? I think it's a good thing that this is the conclusion, because it is 6 issues too long. It drug out. It just wasn't good, and at the end, too, Doom has the opportunity to get his mom out of hell, and she doesn't go. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I gave this issue a 6 out of 10. I would skip this whole miniseries in its entirety and save yourself the money. Now, the last one, the number 1 of the pile of crap. In other words, the definitely avoid number 1 on the bottom list. Oh, boy. And this, in my opinion, was a stinker. And that was Spider-Punk number 1. So first of all, let me say, I don't normally complain about this, but the lettering even sucks in this. I did not like the lettering style. The artwork is not good. It's just uninspired. There isn't anything really there that's special. It seems like in this issue that Marvel focused more on projection and pandering than actually making a good story. If you look at the characters, it was all about diversity, which there's nothing wrong, but when that's all there is, and everything is screaming Nazi, Nazi, I mean, come on now. Marvel goes back to the Nazi pool once again. It's tired. They've used that up as much as they can. We get it. We don't like Nazis. Nobody does. But can we actually get something different from you, Marvel? Can we? And they tried way too hard with the dialogue. When you read it, it's just like, wow, this is somebody trying really too hard to be punk and be cool, and fails at it horrendously. Reading this issue was like running sandpaper up your pee hole. It was that bad. I recommend staying away from Spider-Punk, and I gave this issue a 4 out of 10. Well, there you have it. There's my top and my bottom 3. If you disagree, that's okay. Let me know down in the comments below why I was wrong, but please do it in a civil way. Which issues do you think should have been on top? Which issues you think should have been the bottom? And maybe, should I have read something that I missed? Don't be afraid to let me know. I can only read so much. I only have so many dollars and so much time. But if there's something you recommend, let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, keep it frugal.